Welcome everyone to another episode of Lean Superintendent. I'm really excited to share this time with you today. We're going to talk about one of the main functions, the main focuses of a superintendent. Now, I'm going to share with you my Mural Board for superintendents. We are currently building at Elevate a complete network of responsibilities and focus items for superintendents in the role of assistant superintendent, project superintendent, senior superintendent, general superintendent, and field operations director. And so as I go through this, I want to focus on a couple of different things. Now, first of all, we always have, as in the role of an assistant superintendent, a Super 1, in the scale that I use, a presence in the field, right? So that presence in the field is for safety and quality. And that just has to happen at that level, right? If the project or senior superintendents are planning work and in meetings, for the most part, at least half or 3/4 of the time of the assistant superintendent is in the field, having that presence in the field with the field engineers. And so one of the main things, and we'll cover safety next, but quality is one of the main considerations. And to me, there's two real key things that a superintendent must focus on in order to really run a project remarkably. Number one, that's the quality process or the system that you use. Number two, the outcome of that system to clearly make sure that foremen and workers know what's expected and have the ability with that safety presence in the field to actually get it done. So let's come up here briefly to the quality process. If you ever want to know more information, you can attend one of our boot camps or reach out or read some of our blog posts. Absolutely fantastic stuff. But every quality process really is based on three concepts. Plan it first, build it right, finish as you go. Now, when you have an executed contract, the project team should immediately let the trade partner know what's expected, so that 3 weeks ahead of work starting, there can be a pre-construction meeting or a pre-activity meeting or a pre-work meeting or whatever you call that, pre-mobilization meeting. But that is to prepare the superintendent and the foreman and to make sure all expectations are absolutely clear. Then when the work starts, then you have an in-place mock-up or an initial inspection. How do you have that initial inspection? Well, let's go ahead and cover that, and I'm only going to focus on the pre-installation, pre-construction meeting today. This is where we collect and explain the deliverables and enable the foreman and the superintendent. And you go through a very brief agenda. This looks like a lot of items, but it's a very brief agenda. And you study the plans and specs and understand the owner requirements so that you know clearly what's expected. This right here is an example of a visual feature of work board. This is what every crew should have in hand every time they're working, every hour of the day. That is the vision of success in the next year, 5 years, 10 years for construction, is that we have this level of detail for all crews. You can see the goals, the methods, the steps that they must take. You can see visuals explaining the detail. And then over here on the right, additional material type details and how to treat joints and visuals that will really enable the foreman and the workers to anchor back to key practices that will enable them to be successful with the installation. And so if you as a superintendent follow a quality process, and the outcome of that quality process is that you have visual quality feature of work boards with quality steps on how to install, then you will be successful as long as you have that presence in the field and you are holding people accountable and ensuring that it's happening. And so I'm really excited to have been able to share this with you because quality is a flow system. We manage the project, we finish the project with quality. If we can get it installed right the first time, we can go as fast as we want and we will flow and we will win on the project. But if we do not implement a quality system, and if every crew does not understand the expectations, and if every crew is not implementing and executing those expectations, then we will spend 4 to 12 times the amount of original cost and time that it would have taken the first time to install it right. Having a presence in the field and focusing on quality is one of the main roles of a superintendent. On we go.